one
Jinx,
jungler.
Leona for the bottom lane. That's what they've destroyed with in most of their games. I really like the way the bans are kind of evolving throughout the 2014 season, because when it started out, at least in the promotion tournaments, you're just kind of like, all right, fine. Siobhan and Mundo aren't banned. That means they're going to be the first 2 picks. So Elise isn't banned. It's the first pick. That's still true.
Yeah, sure.
But the rest of them are still really creative. We're never seeing Pantheon bans.
No.
Kale was dominating, hadn't been banned yet. LeBlanc was a little bit unheard of. Yasuo hadn't been released. You know, like there's this evolution of thing where there's kind of so many strong champions that we're no longer seeing like the every single game.
Yeah.
6 bans are decided.
Yeah, because people sort of learned over the course of time, oh, wait, what are the things I can go and explore? Like, I've seen so many games with, like, 6 mid lane bans, and you're like, oh, but that's still a common pick that you pulled out there. Oh, it's Gragas, who got through 6 bans, 1 pick, 2 picks, and it's like, oh, yeah, it's like there's such a big pool in a lot of different locations.
And I think Nuke Duck would be more experienced in that with anyone. I remember looking at, like, for some reason in League of Legends, especially in Europe, mid laners play more champions than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like Alex and Nuke Duck and even like ManCloud over in NA, played like 15 or 16 different mid laners in 28 games.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you'll see 6 mid lane bans. That doesn't mean these guys aren't going to know exactly what to play in that situation.
Exactly. And, well, speaking of what to play in the situation, looks like Snow already getting his Ziggs, one of like 3 champions he's played so far across 5 games.
Yeah.
2 Ziggs games. They've gone pretty well for him. The Jinx, we talked about that blocking for Sunny as well.
Yeah. Big time pick for Sunny. I like the Ziggs pick. I mean, it seems like for TTD, they're kind of just getting exactly what they are good at.
Yeah, what they played before.
They're going to be able to pick Leona whenever they want. I imagine they're going to pick it within these 2 so that they're able to use their last pick for a bit of a counter to like a general team comp, knowing that Zoro Zero is going to be on Renekton. So these last 2 picks, these 2 picks here, maybe like Leona, and then their jungler, Vi, is absolutely available.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised a little bit to see Zoro Zero.
Because he's L Nightmare.
He actually has been playing it. It's on his solo queue record. Like, even recently, in the past couple of games, he's been showing that. The reason I'm kind of questioning the Zoro Zero Renekton is that, like, when NIP played SK Prime, like, Zoro won his lane of Renekton and then stopped doing things.
That happened in the promotion tournament, too.
Yeah.
Against the team formerly known as something that turned into Rocket.
Yeah.
KMT. Yeah. We're going to get there.
Not going to pronounce the Polish name.
No. Ooh. KMT?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like Yeti's Mala's team or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Rocat. We're good.
Yeah, so he did that on Renekton too, and he needs to be able to make a big impact in the lane. He's against Mundo, obviously.
Yeah.
They're saving the jungle for the last pick because why not? Renekton had already been picked. Tons of tankiness at that point, and now NIP needs to make sure they have enough damage dealers to cut through.
Well, Zed locked in Lucian here as well, so I feel like it's a lineup you see a lot. It's a good generalist lineup, I feel.
It's really generalist right now for NIP. There's a lot of, I would say, like, beefiness. They're a very tanky team overall. Hold on, what's going on here with Chick and Duck? Are they tricking us? Is that a Jungle Mundo?
They need a top laner, potentially.
I know.
I mean, Phantom Joe has teleport right now for his summoners.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he changes it.
Yeah, that feels like Mundo summoners. They're just mind gaming us because they feel like it.
Well, Nightmare's definitely jungling. He's got Smite.
That is probably true.
Yeah, I don't think he'll change that.
And we had this talk earlier, like, there's an L in front of his name, but we're just calling him Nightmare. And I was like, what if it's actually El Nightmare, like El Toro, El Diablo, right? But he just didn't, he wanted to have more space in case he had like a really long gamer tag beforehand, like Tick, Trick, and Duck. What if they wanted to put like 7 letters in front of there? He'd be trying to save space.
Tick, Trick, Jumping, Clowns,
yeah, Tick,
Toasters,
Trick.
and Duck.
Or if it was just like Trick, TD, El Nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably too big.
Yeah, TT Duck.
Yeah.
TT Duck, El Nightmare.
All
Drop
right,
it.
They did Vi.
There we go.
That's
so,
not too
Vi, jungling. It is top lane Mundo. Mundo Renekton, a matchup we've seen before. Elise and Vi, no strangers as well. So, yeah, these guys are running pretty much just like champions they've liked to run before the bans, not really removing a lot of comfort.
The bans were not very targeted in a sense, especially if you look at NIP like Pantheon, Kale, Annie. Those are probably the most generic bans you would see, and the fact that Cass and Yasuo are banned on the other side, super generic. The Zed Lucian, even though they were the last 2 picks for NIP, I would say are way more towards comfort than they are about actual functionality. I think there's a little bit of a risk that NIP doesn't have enough damage to take down Phantom Joe if he gets farmed on Mundo. I think Lucian in particular is one of the weaker AD carries against Mundo, because sure, he can kite really well, but especially something like the culling, he's just going to hit Mundo in the face and he's going to keep coming at him.
Not going to care too much.
Yeah.
The last game we saw the LCS, or no, it was 2 ago, it was Gambit. Lulu shielded, it might have been a Renekton.
Yeah.
And the culling broke the shield and like hit 3 more pellets.
It looked like it would heal her, I think was the saying that.
Yeah,
because the fish shield that said that?
I want to say that was probably. No, it would have been Deficio and D-Man. D-Man.
It was those two.
It was D-Man, though.
Probably D-Man.
D-Man said it. He didn't heal him. It did deal damage.
Deficio's going to be mad at you if it was Deficio.
No, he doesn't get credit.
Okay.
I already made fun of him once today. He's already mad at me.
You did? That was super rude. Yeah.
I don't know where it came
It's
from.
completely uncalled for.
I don't know why I went for it. I don't even talk to him that much. Like I assume,
I
assume we're friends.
Just like, yeah, because you're both League of Legends casters. You're like, of course we get along.
Now there's camaraderie.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's one of these easy things to do.
I love you, Deficio.
I'm sure he likes you too.
You want to duo queue and carry me to Challenger?
He definitely does not.
Well, here we go, guys. On to the Rift. Mithy, defense spec, got that shield. Every time he dies, 50 points of shield. I remember that mastery coming under some fire early on, and we were like, that's a terrible mastery.
Almost no one would get that mastery, because it's literally only when you die. Like, it's not even when you go back to base. It's such a terrible gold value when you really think about like the overall game. But then the question becomes, how much can you get out of it in lane? Like, Mithy wants to fight someone at level 1. And he's going to use that 50 health shield, theoretically, to gain an advantage in the lane so they can hit level 2 first, and then by that being getting control of the lane, it's therefore worth it.
Yeah.
So if he walks into the jungle and takes a Ziggs bomb, it's a total waste of time.
Or if he dies a lot, he'll keep getting that shield
in which case he can get like 500 health in a game.
Oh my gosh.
I know, think about
10
it.
deaths makes it worth it. It's like taking Revive. You just feel bad if you don't use it.
A little bit, yeah.
It's faster than recalling sometimes.
I mean, look at that. He's got a lot of health to begin with the Dorn shield.
Very tanky man.
Yeah.
I don't want to all on that Thresh if I'm Tick, Trick, and Duck in the bottom lane.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right, never mind. You can get the Biscuit Master with 9 points in utility.
Yeah.
So he's 21 defense.
Yeah. I just go 20. I go 0, 20, 10. I just want the shield mastery. Who needs tenacity? I don't.
I think a lot of people like
tenacity.
I know. I was kidding.
Yeah, especially against Leona.
Yeah. Has some
They try to stun chain on you, so the tenacity is really beneficial. Oh, is he going to take damage? No. Still got that shield. Shield watch for Mithy.
Did you know? This is actually a really bad one.
All right.
Jinx Leona has 2 stuns and 2 roots. And a slow kind of, but you can't get the slow and the stun on the same target.
Hold on. 2 stuns and 2 roots, but Leona has technically 3 crowd controls. Because the Q is a stun, and if you hit the center of the ult, it's 2 stuns.
Yeah.
And then there's also like a root on the E.
Yep.
And then Jinx has a root and a slow.
Oh, and a slow.
Yeah. Technically, they could have 2 stuns, 2 roots, 2 slows, depending on the effectiveness of Leona.
That's true. So there you go.
Yeah.
Lots going on in this game. CC heavy lane.
Triple 2 lane.
No.
And see, look at that shield. They're afraid to trade with them.
Bam! Tanks the rocket. Still almost full health.
But look at how much damage they did to Sunny because Mithy was able to walk up there.
Hits him again with the chain.
And now they have control of the lane.
Yeah, and Mithy learned Flay at level 1. He's just getting the auto attacks in. And yeah, look at this. TTD force back. 6 minions to 0 right now. And 2 of the melee minions are already dead. So it's 2 denied CS so far.
Yeah.
Worth it.
I'd say so. Success granted so far. Mastery point. Success.
Yep.
You can see the junglers clearing pretty normally. Elise is just ridiculous in speed. Sometimes I see Elise's even start with wards because they take such a small amount of damage in the jungle that they can afford putting an early ward out. But he's not afraid of El Nightmare's counter jungling.
The Nightmare.
Yeah. I'm just going to call him both names. I'm going to mix it up depending on how I feel.
Okay.
He gives me that versatility by putting the L in front of it.
It is a lowercase L, by the way. It looks like a capital I. It's not. And he even like re-tagged on live, like because they all put TikTok and Duck tags on their accounts, and he kept the L. It wasn't like Nightmare got taken and he wanted to put characters in there.
Yeah.
Because like Bonaparte and Sunny renamed themselves.
He might have been afraid that someone would take the name TTDL Nightmare if he was TTD Nightmare and steal his identity.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do that. He's on the big screen now. Got to make sure his identity stays safe. Freeze and Myth, he's still chilling in this bottom lane. Got to point out again, Freeze had the highest KDA of anyone on his team. 1 death across the BO3. Like a 29 KDA or something ludicrous. And Lucian was one of the champions he played. I believe Lucian was the game they lost and only died once. So he's been good at being safe.
Yeah, and at least early on, they're doing a great job in that lane. They've kept Jinx and Leona completely pushed back to their turret. And especially for Leona, I feel like she's kind of weak-ish in the first 2 levels unless your AD carry is much stronger than the other one. It's just not the case with the current incarnation of Jinx since her base health was nerfed. Yeah. Now that they're level 3, Leona would have the potential to fight back, but not inside a large minion wave. In that case, they lose it again. So I think TikTok and Duck's going to be trapped in their turret for a little while longer.
Maybe if they can pull Nightmare around, he'll be able to turn something back on this one.
Yeah, he's
on the wrong side of the map. Yeah. Vault Breaker does not go that far.
That would be absurd.
Not even Nocturne goes that far.
Nope.
Not even Mandrop goes that far. Only Shen.
Only Shen. And
Summoner Teleport.
Yep. Yep.
Recall, but it goes the wrong way.
Recall will technically cover that much distance. Just not to a turret.
Well, if you count the Fountain Laser a turret.
Alright.
I don't know if you do.
Nope.
It's a laser.
Yep.
The embodiment of a laser.
Nuke Duck's doing pretty well too, actually.
Yeah, he's actually winning his lane.
Usually Ziggs pushes in Zed early on with Harass, but Nuke Duck is doing the opposite. There's actually a lot of things that that Nightmare has to respond to right now because all of his lanes are getting pushed in. So the early game pressure from NIP is definitely working. Since everyone is pushing together, it is therefore safer for each individual one because it's not like there's a singular target that Vi can click on. Everyone is benefiting from this. So even if one lane gets ganked and punished, overall, the net is still positive for NIP.
Yeah, look at this. It's a 400, 500 gold lead right now for NIP. First Blood would barely equalize that at this point. So it's also worth pointing out that up until 0-0 ate that potion, every single lane had forced consumables out of their opponent without using them themselves.
So not only was there really bullying these lanes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
12 minions here in the top lane. Of course, support AD carry here for TTD. Actually, Sunny getting lower and lower. Look at that health bar, down to about a quarter. Just going. Yeah. Just the laning phase, and
right from the start.
Yeah.
Especially because Mythy got so much damage down on him early. A lot of people might not realize that when you level up, the health you actually generate on level is dependent on your current health when you do level up. So since Sunny was low at level 1, that means all his subsequent levels have kept his health low.
Flashes over the Flame Chompers. Nightmare's not going to show up in that one. Not much. That CC is going to land, and NIP going to be safe. But Nightmare is kind of freeing up this lane, pushing it down.
They might try and dive this if they can get the right kind of catch. If he lands a cocoon on Bonaparte, he might kill him.
Puts the damage down. There comes the melee form execute. Doesn't quite land the damage. Spiderlings won't find it, but this is risky. Bonaparte is going to be allowed to go upwards. Amen just forcing him away, saying you give up turret control. And this is going to be a lot of dead minions.
Yeah. It could actually be a dead turret if they want to. All Ammon is doing right now is completely zoning them out. There's a ton of dead minions. Yeah, they're just trying to withstand the laning phase. They don't even want the turret right now because they're winning so many lanes right now. If they just keep farming like this, they're going to get a huge advantage.
They could hit 6 before TTD hits 5 down there.
They could.
It's going to be a gigantic difference. And
look at the CS, too.
Oh, God. 64 to 32. Fully doubled, exactly. Top lane's 50% bonus as well. This is going so well in just laning phase. And to think, I was like, I don't know if I like the Renekton. He wasn't laning phase. They didn't do much for it.
Right.
And they're just dominating so hard.
The whole team has went fairly heavy into the early game right now.
Yeah.
Lucian versus Jinx is very much like a early game crush you versus a bit of a late game matchup. I know Jinx has actually had a lot of early game power recently, but she's pushed more towards late game now that she has the base health nerfs.
Yeah.
Obviously, Zed against Ziggs. Zed is the one matchup that would be a little bit troublesome, but Nuke Duck is just outplaying Snow right now and keeping him pressed back. And we don't even really need to get into 0-0 versus Phantom Joe because Renekton beats him up early on because he's Renekton.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the NIP mid laner is kind of set up to win this matchup, though. Like, of all teams to nuke, you might as well nuke Duck.
So you're saying that would be like if he was playing Ziggs. He could be like, oh, he's the Nuke Duck.
I mean, it still works.
Or you're saying, like, you can't nuke the Nuke Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's something there with nukes and ducks. And
something.
I didn't plan it well enough.
He's playing like a ninja.
I knew this matchup for like 2 weeks, and I didn't come up with a joke in time.
Trying to come up with something.
Like, and now I'm doing it now. Like, I did no preparation.
Because he's against Snow.
Yeah. Who's still on the wrong Ziggs skin.
I mean, he could try and create like a nuclear winter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, we're good with this one. Well, I mean, Freeze in the lineup. It'll be absolute 0-0.
All right, we're done here.
It was horrible.
There's no more.
I'm sorry. It's a sunny day out, though, unfortunately. Man, there's so many things.
Stop.
During the commercial, I'm going to come up with more. All right, we're back into the game. Here we go. Phantom Joe getting hit. 0-0, though. He's going to find Nightmare. The ult's going to come across. Pops dominance. Phantom Joe half HP. Ultis as well. Now, can 0-0 live? Has Flash. Oh. He's still fighting. Can he take down Phantom Joe? He's still burning down. This is going to be close. Flashes. Still goes down. Phantom Joe takes it.
Yeah, he turned a lot of damage around. And because I think he surprised himself with his damage, he ended up sticking around too long. Once he scared Vi off, there was a small chance he would have been able to flash and at least burn Phantom Joe's flash to continue the finish.
Yeah.
But the greed stopped him from doing that. It doesn't matter how much damage you do to your opponents if you don't finish them off.
And the Dragon's going to go down as payment for the top lane gank. But take Trick and Duck. First blood that's going to help their top lane and alleviate a lot of that pressure. And we look as they both went back to base. You've got the makings of a Sunfire versus makings of a Tiamat.
And also there's an extra cloth armor thrown in there for good measure. It's going to make it a little bit harder for Zoro to pressure Phantom Joe in the lane. And it will come to a point here where Zoro is going to continue to get stronger at farm, but probably not be able to kill Phantom Joe. And that will be the moment in the game where Zoro has to transition down to the rest of the map. I almost never see Zoro lose lane. This is one of those occasions where he's just not going to lose it. Nice stun!
Oh, the cocoon lands. Snow taking so much damage. Amin not going to go for the kill. Oh, Nuke Duck got it.
Yeah,
Ignite?
He ticked him with the Ignite like really late. So you would have thought it would have been up early, but that's why they're able to walk away with the kill. Really clutch finish there as the jungle support arrived.
I didn't realize he had ignited him. I was like, all right, well, nice try right here. Zoro now. Phantom Joe in the fight. I mean, you know, initially, there we go. Okay, the ultimate.
There's no reaction ult.
Yeah, he got about 15 seconds there. Phantom Joe not going to go in for the kill with this one though.
He's probably just content getting his farm back a little bit.
Okay.
This is the first time in about 10 minutes where Phantom Joe hasn't been pushed straight into his turret.
And he's going to try to retrieve the minions from under it when it comes in eventually anyway. Freeze and Mythy putting some damage on this turret now. Level 7 versus level 6 and 5. So a small lead here in XP as well as gold. The Escorter's Vamp Chapter being important as well.
Monstrous lead in CS. Good Lord.
58 to 100. He's actually just in a really, really, really good pace, actually. We don't normally see scores this high this early from AD carries.
There's been almost no pressure back at him. Bonaparte, I don't even think he's tried with the Zenith Blade this whole game. There's been almost no zoning potential from Leona. And here's another gank top.
Well, no ulti from Phantom Joe, but the ulti comes in from Nightmare. Zoro not in a good spot, does not have flash either. Doesn't get the damage. Nightmare picks up another kill for the team.
They're trying to get the turret down bottom too.
Stun up on a Mythy. Turret goes down. The nuke's coming through as well. Bonaparte not in a good place. Mythy steals the kill. And here's the chase from Freeze. Lands the culling Sunny. 100 HP flashes away. Safe.
Yep. But his turret's gone.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate.
A little bit.
And also his support's dead. So overall, this up and down trade is definitely benefiting NIP, but I feel like that's because they were just winning the lane 2v2. As far as the jungler interaction goes, it's been pretty even. Nightmare and Phantom Joe have done a really good job keeping Zoro down a little bit and trying to make it so even if he wants to become involved mid-game, he might not be able to.
Yeah.
But in the bottom lane, it's probably a little more disastrous that Sunny is down so much. Because Jinx will not be a factor as long as Lucian can just go and kill him, especially since Jinx is such an immobile AD carry. I would say the gank trades benefit NIP overall.
I think so. And the question for me, though, is, so what happens when Renekton fully falls off and Mundo becomes really hard to kill? Because you said in pregame, Nuke Duck and Freeze not that well equipped to kill a Mundo, and that's exactly who's getting farmed on TTD.
It's true, and he doesn't necessarily have to build that much mana creeps. Because Amin... Sure, he can get a little farm down Elise. That'll help trying to take down Mundo. But it all really depends. I think if Freeze continues to farm and kill at this pace... That was just rude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We knocked him into it. It was a gift.
Yeah, if Freeze continues to farm and kill at this pace, I think he'll just be strong enough to kill Mundo. I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
But aside from that, I also think the game's not going to get late enough for that to be a problem at the moment. Did he steal that too?
No, that was given over.
Yes, it was.
Snow was far away, and he's like, just ult it. I'll sunlight it for you. That worked out okay.
I was super confused there for a second.
Yeah, it was weird.
Because Nuke Duck generally play... No, okay.
I just realized something. Sunny is paired with the solar support tank.
Yes, it is true.
Like, he gets to use sunlight the entire time. There's so much gold here, I didn't even think of it. Nuke Duck still
you have a strange definition of what gold is.
I
would call this something much
comedic
different.
gold.
No.
I just discovered a new type of joke, by the way. Zyrene showed them to me. It's kid jokes. They're not anti-jokes. They don't have a real punchline. First of all, Nightmare trying to run away. Red buff on him. Gets it. Gets out. Yeah.
Stun landed because I believe there was a tick of cooldown left on Nightmare's flash. Just getting up right now, they would have killed him. Bottom lane Freeze continues to finish. I'm actually okay that we got distracted because I don't really want to know what these jokes are. Because it sounds like you're just talking. And you're just like, that was a joke. There's no punchline.
Really jokes.
Yeah.
Well, Nightmare's still getting invaded on. Amin really wants to make this happen. Flash Cocoon goes off. Zed ult follows the flash. Nightmare pop. down he goes. Nuke Duck getting the red buff for his troubles.
Nuke Duck's getting really strong, too, and he's going to be able to roam around. One thing that Snow hasn't done, despite farming very well on Ziggs, he has applied almost no map pressure. Ziggs, when you pick him, is all about just pushing lanes, and the absolute opposite is happening for Tick, Trick, and Duck. Oftentimes you'll see Ziggs use his ultimate on side lanes even, just to keep the waves moving. He's doing none of that. He's using his ultimate to secure blue buff. He's being very selfish with his farm, and it's allowing Nuke Duck to get going a little bit too much.
Yeah, we just saw Nightmare get invaded twice in a row at his red and on his race. Second one resulted in a kill. Meanwhile, as you talked about, Snow he's being selfish with his farm. He took the Wolf camp down. He's likely to go for race when they respawn. We'll see what else he can do for his team here. Stopped up, got the early Seeker's Arm Guard to survive the lane. But, you know, as you said, no pressure here. Zoro, despite the 2 deaths, he's maintaining a minion lead, 140 to 111. He's staying completely up with Phantom Joe.
I think that's part of the reason he took the deaths is because he's continuing to play so aggressive.
Yeah.
I really wonder how that duel's going to continue now that Phantom Joe's going back to get more, because I want to say that Mundo is pretty much the sole hope left for Tick, Trick, and Duck. And he's going to have to get involved fairly soon. This could be the dragon fight, you know? He's got to teleport up. There's also Zoro running to the top lane. So if Tick, Trick, and Duck wanted to, they could force some type of 5v4 in that dragon pit. But they're definitely peeling back because there's just so much accumulated pressure that NIP has put on the mid and the bottom lane.
It looks like they want to continue that towards the mid lane specifically here. There's a few minions alive. Those are dying to mines right here, though. And they say, you know what? Never mind. There's no red buff up. Ooh, Nuke Duck's roaming towards top. That's where they're going.
Yeah, and they're going for the sole strong person on Tick, Trick, and Duck right now. Blade of the Ruin King is completed, but it's a lot of armor on Phantom Joe. I wonder if that would even kill him if they tried to dive him under the turret. They're just trying to secure the objective.
And they get it. No one rotated in time for TTD, so that's 2 turrets to 0 so far, 3 kills to 2. Dragon previously warded out by NIP. They know that's not getting countered. There's the Ziggs ulti coming.
Yeah!
It does remove the minions.
Stops the push, but also hurts them for the upcoming dragon fight.
Which they're going for.
Yeah, that's exactly what NIP kind of wanted. They're like, all right, you're not going to defend it. We'll take the turret. If you defend it, we're going to go take this. And they're killing it so fast with their ward control.
Wow.
Sure, Tick, Trick, and Duck could probably come around with 5 people and get a fight, but they would have had to like preempt it or something.
Yeah.
Because NIP has too much map control.
And they just weren't there. But you're right, like, Zed and Renekton were both top. Like, it was a potential 5v3 if they just decided to go for it instead.
Yeah, if they would have done it like right away. But if you remember, Nightmare had been moving up there to try and like support the push.
Yeah.
And I would say that was just a mistake by Tick, Trick, and Duck to not try and take objectives. Overall here, they're losing their lanes slowly. And sure, NIP is an early game team, but the pace at which they're falling behind isn't equal to the pace at which their champions will get stronger.
Yeah.
So they're losing this game at the moment, and they need to start securing their objectives or at least stopping the bleeding a little bit better.
We'll see if TTD can do that, can find something else to turn this game back to their favor. Zoro a level down behind Phantom Joe and just goes in, clears the minions, and doesn't even flinch at all. Very, very close to 12 there on Renekton. Not an important level, but for what it's worth, he's about to be there.
Yeah.
He's roaming down towards the river, but he's just staying in lane anyway. He's not actually doing anything to make moves off this.
You know, I would say 12 isn't an important level, but there's plenty of 12-year-olds that probably say it's an important number.
Okay.
There's 12 months in a year.
Thanks.
12 is also a dozen. There's many uses for that
Not
number.
a baker's dozen.
No, that's 13, which is also an important number.
It's an unlucky number.
Yeah.
You know, 13
13's
is unlucky, so should the letter B. Because B is like a scrunched together 13.
Hold on. This is true.
If your name is Bob, you're screwed.
Then your name's actually 13013.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, no, it's 130 something, because you don't capitalize the other letters.
Oh, I was thinking Bob. Just really loud.
If someone yells your name, that's really unlucky.
That's really unlucky.
Bobby's got it even worse.
Yeah.
Man.
Stop. We had a good end point.
Started it.
We had a good end point. That was the time to move on.
Well, Zoro actually not in the best spot. Forced to pop Dominus. Phantom Joe. They're trading blows, but I feel like this is still pretty decent for Mundo. We'll see where it pans out. No, the Ignite makes it happen. Flash away from Mundo. Still getting chased out. Zoro, he's a Q away. Flash gets him. Oh my gosh. Zoro still winning the fights.
So what happened there was there's so much armor stacked on a Phantom Joe and a completely underestimated amount of magic damage that comes out from Renekton. His ultimate Dominus does so much magic damage. The Ignite stopped the ultimate from Phantom Joe, and he surprised him. Additionally, the majority of Mundo's damage is magic, and the Spectre's Cow on 0-0 stopped him from taking that back.
Just completely removed the threat there. Awesome play right there. 0-0 still winning the matchup despite all the jungle attention. Every successful gank that Nightmares had was a kill onto 0-0. Doesn't even matter for the NIP top laner. Shoves another wave, recalls back after taking double golems, 195 minions on him, keeping pace with his AD carry, who won his lane even harder than that. And I gotta say, he's silenced my doubts on his Renekton play. He's really working it here.
That was a really impressive move, being able to come back from all of the adversity he's taken. Additionally, I like the Black Cleaver on Nuke Duck that just got completed. Since we were talking about how NIP is mainly a physical damage team, being able to get that Black Cleaver for himself is almost like giving a Last Whisper's worth of armor penetration to the rest of the team if they're focusing on the right targets. Which means that Freeze can focus on finishing a Trinity Force without feeling guilty that he can't kill Mundo. Since if Nuke Duck is to hit Phantom Joe a little bit in, say, an isolated scenario, they will shred his armor enough that Freeze and 0-0 will be able to finish it.
That's going to be impressive. We'll see how this pans out in the team fights. 0-0 happy to stack, or not 0-0, sorry. Nuke Duck happy to stack the armor shred for everybody else. And it looks like the pressure now is to the mid lane. Phantom Joe and 0-0 still going to trade blows up top, but it is getting better and better for Renekton, even still in this game.
Yeah.
Bottom lane stopped.
I feel like Renekton peaks around 25 or 30 minutes. That's when he's just the super, super scary man, especially with his Ravenous Hydra right now. And the recent fear that he put into Phantom Joe. He's got a lot of power play left to do.
He's actually going to find Mundo over the double golems as well. And he's going to jump the wall and help his team out near the mid lane. He's going to get there before Mundo will.
He's going to run into a lot of people.
I don't think he cares. I think he's Renekton.
He's got his ultimate up.
Here we go. Puts the stun onto Nightmare. Ziggs Bomb shows up. 0-0's kind of around everybody else. And finds a Lantern. It's kind of a weird exhaust for Bonaparte. I don't think he needed that one.
Yeah, that's fantastic for NIP because Bonaparte's going to want that back the next time Zed ults his AD carry. He's going to want to use his exhaust on Nuke Duck, and now he can't. So 0-0 with a successful, threatening roam right there.
Nuke Duck. Yeah, his minions get swept away. You talked about Ziggs being able to keep these side lanes in good shape. Does that here. Nuke Duck sweeping wards away. Looks like blue buff. Something that they want control over in the near future. Dragon's up in a minute. 0-0 just finished pushing a lane top, so he's roaming around again.
I'm also looking at Sunny's build, and I feel like he's just starved right now.
He is.
Normally, Jinxes want to go Bloodthirster Phantom Dancer or Bloodthirster Static Shiv, and then continue farming and clearing waves. But Sunny is so paranoid that he's fallen behind in this game that he's trying to finish now.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he doesn't feel like he can do damage. But the problem with that is he won't do that much damage without attack speed on someone like Jinx, who is so auto-attack behind.
It's true. It was basically like on his second back where he died again, he just picked up a pickaxe because he needed items.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, I've already got pickaxe. It's only like 1400 for a Last Whisper. And basically said, screw it.
That missed.
It did. That one too. Good dodging by NIP.
Little bit of panic coming from Tick, Jerk, and Duck. That's the second, I'd say, pretty big misplay by Bonaparte in the last minute. First, he was using his exhaust on the 0-0's Renekton. When there was no threat of dying, it's almost like he was just trying to slow him down. But he's Leona with a bunch of crowd control. And now he's burned his ultimate, which means there's no realistic way for them to threaten Dragon. And NIP gets it again.
Amen's going to be left to take up some of that. Miffy going to grab XP nearby. 0-0 still putting pressure in this top lane. He is not leaving. 229 minions. He's pulling attention, and nothing's happening because of it. Instead, actually, it's Phantom Joe who's used to split against Nuke Duck on the bottom side.
Well, I suppose they want him against Zed because they feel like everyone else would die.
It's true.
0-0. I wonder if he can get out of this one. Thresh is going to try and get to him with the lantern. Let's see what moves he can pull.
Let's see. Does he have another dash? He does, and a lantern. Wow, getting a second dash. That was nice. That was nice. Really well done.
He was probably feeling so smug after that move, too.
Yeah, I would.
And then you looked away, and I was not expecting that to happen. Normally, I'd see the ultimate fly out first. Oh, poor 0-0. And he had no armor to deal with that either, which is one of the reasons it executed him. I'm sure that was very close to the break point of Jinx ult finishing him or not.
Oh, yeah.
But they caught him.
You know, good thing he started building towards Last Whisper. That 35 AD is what it took.
You're absolutely right. If
probably
he would have had a zeal, I don't think he would have died.
Probably was.
Getting back in the game on
Man. Oh, there we go. Snow sweeping away some of these little Wraith guys. Nightmare's going to help Clear the rest of them out as well. See where people go. I'm going to put another ward down. Like, right now, NAP are trying to control the top side of the jungle. But outside of, like, doing cool things in laning and, like, taking dragons, I haven't seen them do a lot here. Like, they've been at, like, 4-3 or 4-2 for a while, and, like, they've been pushing lanes, but yeah, turrets haven't fallen for a long time, and they're just getting dragons.
What's his game plan here?
Shadows?
Yeah, I guess so. Fight in the jungle as well. I'll get your point.
Ooh, Lantern gets away. Slow comes out. Sunny's not in a good spot. Goes down. Bit overextended there. Ziggs Bump doesn't help much either.
Absolutely. It was almost like the Lantern being out was a feint, making Sunny think he could go aggressive because all NMP was doing was going to retreat, but they kind of turned it around on him because he tried to chase too far. To get back to your point of NIP, though, and how they don't really seem like they're doing much. 3 of these players are from Lemon Dogs.
Yeah.
Or wait, 2, 3? Nuke Duck,
Zoro, Nuke Duck,
and Mythy.
Yeah.
3 of these players are from Lemon Dogs, who last season, despite being very successful in the standings in Europe, weren't a team that initiated a lot of action. They were one of these slower playing teams that generally waited for the enemy to put themselves in a bad position and then would just kind of win slowly or win late game team fights because they outfarmed you. That's what they're doing right here for Tick, Trick, and Duck. Yeah. I think they're just continuing to split push their waves. Whenever Tick, Trick, and Duck makes a move, NIP will capitalize, or when it's like 30 or 40 minutes into the game, they're going to make one decisive move that is well thought out and had a lot of time behind it, and then they're going to go. I think that's just kind of what you expect from the NIP team.
Okay. Well, what they're looking for right here with 4 sweepers is maybe a bit of a Baron play.
They could, yeah. That would be a later game move. They have been... Zoro-Zero's been exploring that jungle for quite a while.
Yeah.
Trying to clear things out. They'd have to get a bit more in there. It's very hard to push against Ziggs, and he's been setting up shop in the mid lane. Once they get the mid turret down, I think NIP will have a better chance of clearing up the wards in that jungle.
Well, another attempt here by Nuke Duck that does take down Phantom Joe. So that push has finally started to work, and that was with a Randwin's done, I think. Here we go, the jump on the top side as well. Sunny not in the best spot. Ulti comes across, doing some damage to Zoro-Zero.
No.
1 shot to go, takes him out. Bonaparte getting the kill credit, and Sunny barely lived.
Wow, right there, Zoro-Zero's got to feel so unlucky in that case. He was trying to solo Sunny. Just missed. I think Bonaparte made a very nice move there, keeping him alive. And that will delay NIP's inevitable pushing a little bit longer because once Mythy ran up there, they lost pressure in the mid lane. It means their mid lane pushes longer, which means mid lane doesn't die. And Snow can maintain control of that mid turret for long.
Good play so far by these guys.
They're barely sticking in it, I'd have to say. They lost their lane so badly, especially the bottom lane.
Ooh, mid lane's getting close to dying, though. It's taking damage slowly over time. If Snow's ever not right there to sweep the waves away, they're not going to get themselves in. It seems like they're not finding ways around this at the very least. I know you said they normally play slowly, but they're certainly, like, with this kind of a lead, I feel like they'd be able to take turrets. They finally get another one. They brute force it down. 8,000 gold, actually. That's a pretty sizable margin.
It's getting bigger and bigger, and especially since Zoro-Zero is the only one dying, he's not giving much gold back. Obviously, the bounty system has been changed a little bit, so when you die, gaining minions will slowly increase your bounty. But it's not to an absurd margin. He's worth less than 300 gold when they kill him, and he's not giving that much back to Tick, Trick, and Duck.
I guess it's about, what, 10 minion waves for a death, roughly.
Yeah, it's every 100...
Every 1,000 gold is a death. From minions specifically.
You're right.
Waves are about 100 gold apiece.
Ooh, waves are a bit more than 100 gold, I think. At this point in the game.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with cannons. Zoro-Zero locked up here. A lot of CC burned on him. Can he get away? Does not have flash. Pops the ulti. So taking damage. He is up soon and gets knocked around. Nice play.
The Ziggs knock right there, stopping getting to the Lantern. That happened again.
Cleaver Last Whisper, I believe it.
Yeah. The first kill, by the way, was right after he picked up his Last Whisper. And since that point, Phantom Joe hasn't been able to deal. And unless Tick, Trick, and Duck solves that problem, they're not going to win at all, I think.
Seems unlikely. 8,000 gold still separating. NIP finally now in control of their opponent's blue buff. Dragon up in 10 seconds as well. It's going to be Nuke Duck on a blue buff. He's been chilling on the right-hand side lane for the last, like, 10 minutes or so.
4-0-0. So Nuke Duck, you know, we said he didn't have too much impact when he played LeBlanc.
Yeah.
I'd say he's having a much bigger sway in this game.
Completely agree.
Yeah, he took on who was kind of the hope of Chick, Trick, and Duck and Phantom Joe with at least a pretty decent Mundo start, who was stacking a lot of armor against a heavy physical team. It's like, who's going to kill Mundo?
Nuke Duck.
Yes, that is absolutely the answer.
Because
he got so far. I feel like if he would have fallen behind, that wouldn't have happened.
So, Sword of the Divine.
Yes.
For Nuke Duck.
We were talking about this earlier.
We were.
Yes. We'll make sure there's not a huge fight that's about to happen, and then we'll explain it. So first off, one of the big reasons Blade of the Ruin King is so popular on Zed is during his death mark, all the damage he does, 50% of that will then trigger at the end of it. Blade of the Ruin King active helps with that, but also the fact that Blade of the Ruin King does percent current health. Since using that when they're near the top of their health, you're doing more damage, which is then added into the back end of your kill, and that happens as well. So why not just have a bunch of active items that can be front-loaded so the end of your burst is larger?
Yeah.
Sword of the Divine, spot apart.
He's fine. Don't worry about it. Rocket's coming through. NIP running away. Stun on a Nightmare. I still don't know if they want this fight. Lantern comes through. Culling's going to back him off. Red buff's still up, though. NIP.
Yeah.
They're still trying for it. Oh,
Sword of the Divine.
1, 2, 3, and he didn't even need the death mark.
No. Fight on the other side of the map, I don't think it's happening. I thought it was for a second.
Nightmare got red buff, though.
All right.
Amin had Smite was around-ish. I don't know if he was in range, though.
We didn't get to finish our Zed story.
Yeah.
You use the Sword of the Divine, so you're critting during your death mark, which I guess was a fairly straightforward conclusion. But that's why. Yeah. If he wanted to add another super offensive item and be like no defense, which he probably doesn't need since he can kill Mundo, it would be a Ravenous Hydra, because you could use that active during the ultimate as well.
But played into the box wall, so he is slowed down. Rocket's not quite going to land. Ignite's still taken away. Jump in from Freeze, gets the kill. Nightmare's still in an okay shape. Oh, nice one right there. Locks him up, doesn't matter too much. The jump in, though, now onto 0-0. Looks for Snow. Can he get the kill? Not quite. Knocked back into turret range, but he's a tanky man. Filet now going to land onto Sunny. More damage from Freeze. Cocooned as well. 1, 2, gets him. Knocked around. Doesn't get a lantern. They don't care though. Nuke Duck looking for the damage. Finds the kill. Another man goes down. NIP really turning it on.
Yeah, the game just got ripped wide open. I think once Nuke Duck just realized that he could kill Mundo whenever he wanted, the third time he did that, he then started collapsing down. Chick, Trick, and Duck started to panic a little bit. They started to try and look for fights. And NIP is just so much stronger at this point. Mithy was landing all of his death sentences. It continued the chase for NIP. And that was kind of their move that we talked about, where they farm for a little while. Then later in the game, around 30 or 40 minutes, don't die to this.
He got it. Wow. He just stayed and was like, I'll lifesteal tank it, dog.
Yeah. That was close.
Yeah.
I think the only thing he could have done there is continue auto attack. Like, if he runs away, there's a chance he still gets hit by the bomb and dies because he hasn't life stolen, and he'd lose the blue. But if he stays and hits, he'll lifesteal enough that the ultimate from Ziggs won't kill him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But the center of the Ziggs ult does do more damage.
He didn't kite backwards, did he?
No, he landed right in the middle of it.
I think the ring is 80%. The outside ring is 80%. So it's not 80%. That much of a loss. Yeah. Whatever. It worked out. Nuke Duck planned it. 5-0-1.
And he built a Sightstone.
What? All right.
Yeah.
He wants to split push some more.
It's a little bit of health.
Yeah.
As well. That
180.
is... I think that's more of an item to show off, but it will have its own functional uses. Since all he is doing is split pushing, it will give the team additional warding.
Yeah, the thing is he's ahead.
And he also wants to be able to sweep as well, so...
I don't think damage helps him anymore.
No, he's killing him...
He already kills Mundo.
Yeah. I would have kind of expected a Guardian Angel to be the last time on Zed. That's the typical thing. But I think he is so not afraid of dying to anything right now that the little bit of health is enough defense, and the wards in themselves will be defense since he will avoid getting ganged up upon.
Yeah, I see it. I think it'll work out.
Yeah. Well, I see it too. It's staring me right in the face.
Nightmare does have a random Omen here, so the tankiness via the armor is still coming in through. Snow did get a fairly early zone. He has only died once so far in this game. That was one mid lane gank a while ago. So these guys backing off again. The jungle trying to be controlled here by NIP. They've gotten... I don't think they've actually bought any trinket upgrades, just the baseline tier 2 sweeping trinkets so far.
Ooh. You know what's cute?
What?
The fact that Freeze went full Infinity Edge afterwards and didn't bother with the Last Whisper, because I think they're safe just saying they have the armor shred from Nuke Duck's Black Cleaver. And therefore, a lot of the stuff is hitting harder. They got to worry about a potential steal here. I think it's the only way TTD gets back in the game.
And they've got to try for it. Ziggs spamming away. NIP They are staying in the Baron pit. They're mostly going for this one. There's one ward left in, and that gets swept out. It's going to be a jump in here, actually, from Zoro. Sunny taking a bunch of pain, goes down. Bonaparte jumped on as well. Another kill picked up. Nightmare now in the front lines. Can they find more? Nuke Duck looks for Snow in the back line. Has crits available. One. Jump now back on the other side. Dominating. It's going to be another kill going down. Nightmare has nowhere to go, and Nuke Duck gonna pick up a double kill. Phantom Joe left alive. Not much longer. Ace for NIP 16-5.
Nuke Duck didn't even bother using his ultimate in that fight. He just started hitting people because he has so many items. Completely destroyed them. NIP is way ahead. This is the last push for you.
There you go. Another inhibitor going to be the target right now. NIP taking the top lane now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a surrender because 20 seconds to go till most of the team comes up. And there it is. 34 minutes, 50 seconds. Ninjas in Pyjamas. One game away from the Challenger Finals.
17,000 gold. I think if we were to look at the Challenger Series before it started, you would have said NIP is the favorites going in.
Yeah.
When they did start playing their games, though, you would have thought otherwise because they had a very slow start to this Challenger Series.
Yeah.
Ever since they lost that first game to SK Gaming Prime in the last round, they've been unstoppable.
Yeah, and it was so weird to look at them because you're like, okay, well, they're getting outplayed, they're losing some of their lanes, their decision-making is a little bit awkward, and then they, like, stomp game 2 and 3. And this one was like they got very far ahead just from lane. You could tell their individual skill. 3 of their players in Challenger solo queue right now. NIP going at it, right? They know they got dropped out, and they've dedicated themselves, playing a lot of League, right? Playing together as a team. They've even been playing rank 5s. In case they don't make it here, they'll make it to the second series. NIP dedicating themselves to making this, and we're seeing it pay off.
Yeah, we're absolutely seeing the results. I mean, Nuke Duck in particular, that was an incredibly impressive Zed.
Yeah.
He picked it late. You do see Zed fairly frequently against Ziggs, so that's not too big of a surprise matchup. I thought he was going to have a bit more trouble killing Mundo in the late game.
Nope.
But absolutely not. Even though the rest of his team played very well, you know, Zoro Zero did die a lot, but he pulled a lot of map pressure up there as well. You know, just the bottom lane being able to crush so well, like pretty much everyone on that team had a large impact.
Yeah, you talk about all the lanes pushing, so one's going to go down, but the rest are okay, and you saw that.
They all kind of helped each other.
Exactly. Zoro Zero pulled all the ganks, still worked out for his team. Guys, we got to take a quick break, but